Pakistan is staring at a full-blown economic crisis. It needs $3 billion in loans to stay afloat this year. The government plans to auction off all government assets, including the Pakistan International Airlines. But wealthy Pakistanis own $12 billion worth of property in Dubai. Now, those with properties include President Asif Ali Zardari's children, Bakhtawar and Bilawal, Nawaz Sharif's family, and dozens of Pakistan Army generals. These names are part of a report by the Center for Advanced Defense Studies that researches international crime and conflict. The report talks about over 23,000 properties listed as belonging to Pakistani nationals in Dubai. The real worth of this could be well over $12 billion. While there may be no fraud involved, the contrasts are staggering. A country begging for loans versus the real wealth of a handful of families. As every elite family in Pakistan has property in Dubai, are loans given to Pakistan being diverted to buy properties in Dubai? That's a question that we'll be answering today. But first, let's look at the revelations, the names that we know so far that have emerged from Dubai Unlocked, the big investigation. Pakistanis own properties worth $12 billion. That's 23,000 properties, as I just told you. My colleague Deepak Bhadana joins me in the studio at News9 Plus. Deepak did an investigation on Pakistan Army corruption called Crore Commanders, dropped on the News9 Plus app. You can watch that later on in the show. But let's look at the numbers here. 23,000 properties, 17,000 owners. This is only a tip of the iceberg. Let's look at the names. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, PPP chairman. Bakhtawar Bhutto Zardari, his sister, and Asifa Bhutto Zardari, his second sister. That's the Bilawal Bhutto Zardari family. You have Hussain Nawaz, son of Nawaz Sharif, former Prime Minister of Pakistan and the PMNL President. Ehsanul Haq Bajwa, he's a member of Parliament, the member MNA, member of the National Assembly. Shaukat Aziz, former Prime Minister, one-time Finance Minister. Sharjeel Iman Memon, the former Sindh Information Minister, and his wife. That's the political elite for you. Then you have the military. At the top of the list, you have General Pervez Musharraf, late dictator of Pakistan, and his wife. They own a flat in Dubai. You have Generals Alamjan Mahsood, General Shafatullah Shah, Major General Zamir, Lieutenant General Akram, Major General Ali Khan. It's a whole list of Pakistan military names. And some of these names, revelations in the dawn tell us, have been associated with previous corruption scandals in Pakistan. But that's also a question that we'll be answering later on in the show. To talk about this, and joining me on the show are Zulqernain Tahir of the Dawn newspaper, which broke this story, and Ashok Behuria, defense analyst. Gentlemen, welcome to the News9 Plus show. Zulqernain, over to you first. Crackling expose by the Dawn exposing corruption in the civil and military elite of Pakistan. How do you think the people are going to react to this in Pakistan? Zulqernain.
It's explosive. $12 billion stashed to Dubai by the Pakistani elite. And top of them are the retired generals and the incumbent politicians, like who are one of them is the President Asif Ali Zardari and his family, and other one Nawaz Sharif, whose younger brother Shahbaz Sharif is the Prime Minister. And already they've been clearing their hands of earlier corruption charges, like named in Panama Papers.
Yes.
This is going to be a big blow for them. And the thing, and your question regarding how the people taking it like this, we are lining up in the queues for floats, and these guys are just looting us and taking the money abroad to invest in properties and other things.
Deepak, this is a story that you tracked a couple of months ago. The Crore Commanders, something about the corruption among the Pakistan elite, especially the military. Do these revelations come as a surprise to you?
No, not really. I mean, see, there are two ways to look at it. If you look at how the Pakistani army, tends to produce so many billionaires in terms of Pakistani rupees.
Right.
So one part of it is how some rewards are just structured in.
Right.
So by the time you're retiring as a major general, you are already given multiple plots of land.
Yes.
Now, if you look at the previous chiefs, so you may recall that Mr. Bajwa
Yes.
was incidentally, I think he was connected to a chain of pizza stores in the
Yes.
US. His predecessor, Parvez Ashraf Kayani,
Yes.
he retired to a sprawling some 5,000-6,000 acre estate in
Yes.
Australia.
Right.
Right. Parvez Musharraf, we've already mentioned.
Yes.
So it's, I think in Pakistan, people already accept it, that this is the way things are.
This is the way things are. In fact, Zulqernain, my question to you would be, Zulqernain, the timing of this expose, at a time when Pakistan is asking for an IMF loan, a bailout, the Prime Minister Sharif has spoken of auctioning state assets to raise resources, and you have a former Prime Minister in jail for corruption charges, and you have an expose like this arriving on, precisely this moment. How, what is the atmosphere like? Are there going to be calls for an inquiry into this? How has the government reacted to these, leaks so far?
Yeah, the timing of this, at the time Imran Khan in jail and just the Supreme Court making sure that he might appear tomorrow in another corruption case. People not buying this narrative of the government and those backing the government that Imran is corrupt. In fact, Imran's anti-corruption narrative against the incumbent rulers and their backers, that got strengthened by this Dubai leaks.
Right.
And it's been all around the media and everywhere that the Sharifs and Zardaris, they are thieves, and this narrative Imran Khan built since long.
Yes.
And since Panama, and there's no letter for these guys. And
right.
These Dubai leaks, they literally tarnished their. Although they are issuing a statement that the property purchased in Dubai is not from the ill-gotten money.
Yes.
But this nobody raising this question whether you bought that property from ill-gotten money.
Right.
The question being raised that you have such a huge sum of money that you are taking that money abroad and buying the property, and here we don't have even. We are backing to the IMF and the other countries for a few $1 billion.
Right. Zulqernain, the point that you raised.
To our economy.
Yes. The point that you raised, I'm going to bring it to Ashok. Ashok has been listening very patiently. Long-time Pakistan watcher. You've traveled there several years now. The point that Zulqernain made, that it actually strengthens Imran Khan's narrative. The fact that, look, the Zardaris, the Sharifs, they're all in cahoots, and the Pakistan military is on the take as well. Does this strengthen Imran Khan's case, the one that he's been making for so many years? And where does that leave him, given the fact that he's in prison, he's fighting himself a slew of corruption charges? Ashok.
No, you are right. This strengthens Imran's hands. In fact, the allegations that he has been making for last 1 decade, that all these political elites in Pakistan, they are all corrupt. But if the full list will be made available, there will certainly be people who are in his own party. They must have also got flats there, real estate there. So the point is, Pakistan has this parasitic elite,
right,
and which we always tries to buy real estates abroad,
yes,
with its dirty money.
Right.
So that is a fact of life.
Right.
Some parties are less, some parties are more,
yes,
but they're all cut out of the same cloth.
Right.
So in that sense, you have a very, I would say, narcissistic and very corrupt elite.
Yes.
Which also gels well with the Transparency International's indices.
Yes.
Like they put Pakistan at the bottom, I think 133 or 138,
right,
somewhere there. But the larger issue of this corruption and how it is going to impact Pakistan and Pakistani politics, it has impacted in the past when it was used as a weapon,
yes,
by some part of the elite against the other part of the elite.
Right.
Like you have seen what happened to the earlier scam the Panama Gates.
Yes.
There were many in the list, but carefully they picked out on certain politicians and got them, out of the electoral list, and they were made to resign. So the point is, in this case, at this point in time, the Hukumran jo hain, the people who are in power in
Yes.
Pakistan, it will be interesting to see how they are going to deal with it.
Right.
At the moment, I do not see any reason to believe that either the military, the powerful military, or the political elite in power at the moment, too eager to latch on to these to cast aspersion on any one of them.
Absolutely. Like
Asif
Ashok, the point that you
Asif
made
Jardari.
about the weaponizing of these previous leaks, whether it's Panama Gate, where it was used to, against Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif at that time. I'm just looking at this 2021 UNDP report, which, Zulqernain, my question is to you, that reveals that Pakistan's elite consumes $17.4 billion every year, 6% of the GDP in the form of subsidies. Why isn't there outrage over this? The fact that you have a wealthy elite that literally lives off, the parasitic elite, as Ashok mentioned it, that drains the wealth from the, takes it out of the GDP, takes it out of the country, now we know, into safe havens like in Dubai and London. What is going to come out of this? Will it be just yet another Panama Gate thing that's going to be brushed under the carpet, or will some good come out of these revelations? Zulqernain.
You see, even my paper spoke to the FBR chairman, the tax collector head, and he was saying we're looking into it, and if found any like tax evasion kind of thing, we're gonna take action. The whole Dubai leak would be put under the carpet, since the names appearing are those at the helm of affair, and the ex-journals, and of course certainly they have the backing of the establishment. There's simply no question about anybody going against them in terms of the government or the tax bodies. So this issue will be used as politically, especially by the Imran Khan, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, and branding them that they are certified mandate stolen and the otherwise wealth stolen, because this is the thing now. Today's statement coming from the PTI leaders, they are using these two words, which I just read it.
Right.
So that will be used for political reasons.
It'll be used for political reasons. Very dark assessment there from Zulqernain. It's just another story that's going to be brushed under the carpet. Deepak, no surprises there again. This is what happened to Panama Gate as well.
My only question is, when will the cup be full? As in, see, the Pakistani people have for long, tolerated this.
Yes.
What happened last year on May 9th was but one flare-up.
Right.
And there is undercurrents of anger that exists. What I wonder is, when will, the water finally go up the nose?
Yes.
When will the Pakistani people, or is there some action that can be taken?
Right. Last question to you, Zulqernain. You see a tipping point, as Deepak was mentioning, that you see a tipping point among the people, that when will it actually, what will it take for real, genuine public outrage?
Yeah, there is a public outrage. You would have witnessed what happened in Azad Kashmir here.
Yes.
People in droves, thousands on the road because of the energy bills, electricity bills, dwelling bills, and they're saying that the elite looting them, taking the money away, and the real-time burden they are facing it. And here in like in Punjab or other part of the country, after May 9, people being terrorized. Like if you're coming on the road and you get a sound thrashing from the police and other law enforcers. So there's been soaring tempers, and people. I think any moment around, this is going to be just they can give a strong reaction.
Right.
Maybe
so Zulqernain,
unprecedented, but we have witnessed in the past.
Thank you very much, Zulqernain, Ashok, and Deepak Bhadana for joining us on Pakistan's $12 billion Dubai stash. Zulqernain's assessment is dark. He hopes, he doesn't believe anything spectacular is going to come out of these revelations. It's just going to be more of the same like Panama Gate. But at the same time, he mentions that there's will be some public outrage this time around because the people of Pakistan clearly seem to have enough of their parasitic elite.